A routine military deal has exploded into a full-blown diplomatic crisis. Canada's decision to replace its aging submarine fleet has unraveled a decades-old defense partnership with the United States, putting $20 billion and thousands of American jobs on the line. How did a purchase of submarines trigger a standoff between the closest of allies? Stay tuned, because the reason behind Ottawa's bold move is not what you think. For years, Canada has struggled with its Victoria-class submarines, old British-built boats that are constantly in for repairs. The plan was simple: hold a fair competition to find a new partner. Two finalists emerged: South Korea with its advanced KSS-3 design, and Germany with its hydrogen-powered 212 CD class. But the playbook was thrown out when President Trump issued a public ultimatum: award the contract to U.S. shipyards, or else. This demand came on the heels of new U.S. tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum, a move that already had relations on edge. For Ottawa, this wasn't just a business suggestion. It was a challenge to their national sovereignty. Canada's response was swift and stunning. Prime Minister Carney flatly rejected the U.S. demand. Instead of sending the work south, he announced the entire multi-billion-dollar program would be built in Canadian shipyards in Halifax and Vancouver. The message was clear: Canada will no longer treat its military spending as an extension of U.S. policy. This was about national sovereignty and investing those billions at home. The long-assumed pipeline of Canadian defense contracts to American factories was officially severed. The fallout in the United States was immediate and severe. In Groton, Connecticut, home to General Dynamics' Electric Boat, which handles most U.S. sub-construction, union leaders warned of layoffs within weeks. Specialized steel plates ordered in Pennsylvania and Ohio now sit unused. The pain spread to a national network of suppliers: sonar arrays in Wisconsin, pumps and wiring in Missouri and Kansas. For these small businesses, the cancellation is existential. In Washington, lawmakers from both parties reacted with shock and anger, scrambling to find solutions and hinting at retaliation. A straightforward procurement decision had, in days, become a full-blown political crisis. The implications go far beyond jobs. This rupture sends a stark signal to allies worldwide. If Canada can say no to Washington and build its own subs, why can't others? European capitals and Pacific allies like Australia and Japan are watching closely. This could fragment the global defense market, eroding America's economic scale and driving up costs for everyone. Strategically, it means fewer allied submarines to counter the rapidly expanding underwater fleets of China and Russia. A decision made in Ottawa is now resonating in boardrooms and command centers across the globe. So, what was the unexpected factor behind Ottawa's bold move? It wasn't just about military hardware. The real reason lies in domestic politics and raw economic nationalism. Polls showed a majority of Canadians were furious at the idea of their tax dollars creating jobs in Connecticut, while their own industries needed investment. Prime Minister Carney seized on this sentiment. He framed the decision not as a rejection of the U.S., but as an affirmation of Canadian self-reliance. For voters, it was about sovereignty. For the government, it was politically bulletproof. The submarine deal became the symbol of a nation charting its own independent course. What do you think? Was Canada right to prioritize its own workers, or does this move weaken Western security? Let us know in the comments below. If you want more deep dives into the geopolitics of defense, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.